Hi there, crafty friends. Irene here with Artemis Made, and I am so glad you stopped by today. So, our project for today is this beautiful rainbow background. I shared this card already a little while ago, and I promised I would show you how I did that rainbow checkered background because it's not a traditional rainbow, which we can talk about that in a little bit, but this is how I made that project. So in the center here, you see the Checkered Past stencil from the Rabbit Hole Designs, and that is what I'm featuring. So I was inspired by this envelope from Simon Says Stamp. I just loved that cool rainbowy pattern, and I thought, well, what if I did my own version of that? And so I'm going to give it a try. Now here you can see the Checkered Past stencil actually has really handy little instructions at the bottom because you can actually get several different versions of layers out of this. It's meant to do two, but that doesn't mean you have to stop there. Okay, so I actually did stop there on this one, but not on other ones that I've made. So here you see the color palette that I'm using, all Distress Oxide inks, the Candied Apple, Carved Pumpkin, Squeezed Lemonade, Mermaid Lagoon, Mowed Lawn, and Wilted Violet. I forgot when it went off screen. So I'm going to start with the red, and I'm going to do my Roy G. Biv Rainbow. But first, I'm going to do this in primary colors. Your red, your yellow, your blue. Very, very basic. And you see I'm doing maybe a third in red, and now I'm coming in with my yellow. Now, one thing that's important, if I were to do this again, I would start by putting my yellow in the middle because I want to be careful not to cross-contaminate my ink by putting, red into one. This is what happened the other times I tried doing it. It was messy. Either the stencil was wet because I was trying to clean it off with a wet wipe, or I pushed the ink underneath the stencil too much, or whatever I did. It was kind of a mess. So this is the best way to go about it, I have learned. So now you see I'm actually starting a little away from the red with the yellow and then moving up into the red. And that's so that I can again make sure that I'm crossing the two and making that beautiful orange, but I'm doing it carefully so I don't get too much of the red onto my brush. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the blue. I start here in the corner and I work my way into the yellow, and then I leave that pretty little green that's starting to build up. Now, if you wanted this to be your rainbow, it could be because, again, the red and the yellow made the orange and the yellow and blue made green. So you have several colors already on your paper, but I wanted to take it a step further. So first I'm going to bump up that yellow, and you see, you might have caught it on my brush there. I did get some of the green into my brush. So now, again, if I was doing this over, I would have started with the yellow first and then added the red and the blue. But I'm basically adding some yellow and then wiping it off onto a paper towel and then starting over again just to be cautious. Now I'm going to peel back and show you what it looks like with just one layer of the stencil. Still very pretty. Still something interesting that you can really have fun with. It makes a really cool background. But in this particular case, I'm going to turn it as shown on the instructions on the stencil itself. So it says to turn it 180 degrees, then align the number 2 for an offset pattern. There is my number 2, and you can see it's kind of upside down right now. So I turned it 180 degrees, made sure that the 2 was facing upright, facing me, and then I started moving it around to see exactly what I wanted to do. At this point, I wasn't sure if I still wanted to do a checkered background or if I wanted to do a different kind of offset. You can do a square on a square. You can do all different kinds of patterns just by shifting that stencil the teeniest little bit. But I decided for this go, I was going to do the actual checkered background like I wanted to do in the first place. So I went ahead and lined it all up, stuck it back down to my waffle flower grit mat, and now I'm going back in with my colors. Granted, I've already put down red, right? But now I've got different squares and I want to make sure that I've got red in the corner. But what you'll notice is this time I kept it not to a third of the cardstock, I just kept it to that corner. And that's because I want to leave room for all of the other colors that I'm going to add in. So now I'm coming in with my orange. Remember, we did create orange when we crossed the red and the yellow, but now I'm really pumping up the orange and I'm giving it its own space. So before it just kind of had a line of the little squares, now it's got a good section of squares that are orange, but they're crossing into the red and they're crossing into the yellow, which is really fun. Now here I am dotting it up, I guess, or dabbing it up, if you will. I'm not smearing it or pushing it anywhere because I don't want to put the colors in any weird place. But then I realized I could, with my fingers, slide in between the rows, and that way I could clean up some of that excess. Now, I also am wiping off my grip mat and my glassboard mat because I don't want to get the red or the orange into my yellow. I'm still worried about the yellow. You thought I would have learned the first time, right? But no, well, no, why would I learn? So I bumped up the yellow again, and now you probably guessed it, I'm going to move into the green. So yes, we did make green before, but now I'm giving green its own due, and I am adding it in between the yellow and the blue and really pumping up that green color. That's so pretty. Okay, so now we have bumped up our red, orange, yellow, and green. So we have not one color left, but two. So we started by just doing the red and the yellow and the blue. So I am going to put my blue back down, but as any good rainbow enthusiast knows, Roy G. Biv has a V in it. So I'm definitely going to add in some purple. It's just a little bit in the edge there, but I definitely wanted to give purple its due as well and want to make sure that it has at least a little bit of representation. So here I'm going to add my wilted violet, and I'm going to just put it in the corner and work my way into the blue. Now, when you're working with a darker color, you don't mind going over the lighter color. It's the reverse that can be the problem, which is kind of what I talked about with my yellow. I did that a little bit backwards. I should have started with a lighter color and then worked my way up. Now here is the grand peel and reveal. I love peeling it back and seeing what it looks like. Oh, that's so cool. I love a rainbow. It's just so pretty. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. Now this isn't your normal rainbow. If you notice, the squares actually cross into each other. So you've got some blue and purple mixed and some red and orange mixed, and you can kind of see there how those colors keep their own identity even though they've been blended together. That's pretty cool, and I was really excited about that. Okay, I don't know why I'm saying was. I'm still really excited about this. Honestly, I think this is my favorite card I've ever made, which I like a lot of the cards I make, so that's saying something. There was just something about this that I absolutely loved. So here you can see the Shaka. It's a full panel shaker card. The panel itself actually also comes from the Rabbit Hole Designs, of course, as does the Year 5 puppy on the front there. How cute is that puppy? So darn cute. But I liked my coloring on this. I loved the rainbow background. And if you notice, I used that kind of clear but shiny sequins, and that's because I really wanted the background to be the star here. I just loved it. As you can see here, I really love it. I just keep shaking it until it's, scrambled. So I really enjoyed it. I recommend giving this a try, giving this rainbow background pattern a try. If you haven't picked up the Checkered Past stencil yet, please do. The Rabbit Hole Designs is amazing, and they have so many wonderful and affordable products. Like this full shaker panel acetate covering sheet. This is my first time ever making a full shaker panel, and it was so easy to do. It just wraps around your card base on all four sides, so it holds all your sequins in there, and then it has double-sided tape and it sticks it right in place. It was great. So I just wanted to show you how that works. And on the back here you see my my stamp. That's just my fun stamp for, friends and family who receive these cards. So that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please consider liking and subscribing. That would mean a lot to me. So thanks again. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you grab some paper and craft something that really makes you smile. Take care. Until next time. Bye.